This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
Good morning, greetings, and welcome, friends, to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is always a healing system. It's always a regenerating system, and it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you. We welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. If you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, help a loved one get off their medications and get on a good supplement program, 855-660-4261 is your number. And of course, if you want to learn more about the longevity products, you have questions about ingredients or about any of the products you hear us recommend, 855-660-4261 is our number. You can also call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine multivitamin mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink. It's a wonderful source of B vitamins and minerals, vitamin B12, vitamin K, vitamin E, vitamin D, typically hard to absorb vitamins. It's a great source of glucosamine, copper, selenium, coenzyme Q10. It's only $50 a canister. Most folks will notice results within 1 or 2 doses. Results like weight loss, appetite suppression, reduction in prescription drugs, lower blood pressure, just feeling better, more energy. $50 a canister, folks. What are you waiting for if you haven't given this stuff a shot yet? You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about joining the Brightside Ben team as well. For a one-time $10 fee, you can start yourself a longevity business and make some money selling longevity products. All right, welcome back to the Bright Side. We are talking protein. We are talking peptides. Peptides are the most important biochemicals in the body. We've only really known about these things for about maybe 35 or 40 years. They were first discovered in the mid-1970s. Peptides, as we've said, are little tiny pieces of protein. They are active pieces of protein. They do things. They turn on chemistry in the body, for better or for worse. For worse, in the sense of peptides that get into the blood, these can initiate or turn on immune system reactions. Peptides that get into the blood inappropriately through the digestive system. If you got a messed up digestive system, if you're not processing your protein, if you're not making enough enzymes, if you're not making enough stomach acid, if you got pancreatic problems or intestinal problems, these peptides can get into your blood. They can initiate blood clotting problems. They can initiate hyperactive immune system problems, and they can cause autoimmunity. In fact, in my opinion anyway, the major cause of autoimmunity is incomplete digestion of protein and peptides sneaking into the blood. That means you guys who are dealing with MS, or you guys dealing with Sjogren's syndrome or type 1 diabetes or any kind of autoimmunity, any kind of autoimmune health condition, you may want to think about getting yourself on the ultimate enzymes from Youngevity, which feature protein digesting enzymes called proteases. You can also use apple cider vinegar or betaine HCl or hydrochloric acid drops to improve protein digestion, and pancreatic enzymes can do the same thing. All of these can help you break up your protein foods much more efficiently and prevent little chunks of protein, these little peptides, from getting into your blood. On the plus side of the ledger, peptides can act as hormones. They can snuggle themselves into little openings on the outside part of a cell, the so-called cell membrane, and then they can activate activities, reactions inside a cell. This is like a hormone. In fact, peptides are hormones. Peptide hormones, they call them. And this is how insulin works. This is how growth hormone works. This is how many of our reproductive hormones work. They all function as peptide hormones. One of my all-time favorite peptide hormones is melatonin, which works in this fashion. And by the way, it turns out that there's a very interesting relationship between melatonin and oxytocin, which we've been talking about for the last couple of days. We'll tell you about that here in a moment. Peptides are who and what we are. Peptides, compared to fats and compared to sugars and compared to minerals and compared to vitamins, are the star of the show. Vitamins and sugars and minerals and fatty substances are like bit players in the biochemical drama compared to the starring role played by peptides. As we said, peptides are a chunk of protein, a string or maybe a necklace of amino acids, which are the tiniest parts of proteins. A peptide is like a amino acid chain. You can have peptides that have 2 amino acids. We call them dipeptides, or 3 amino acids. You call them tripeptides or pentapeptides or nonapeptides. And they can go as long as 50 or 100 amino acids long. They call those oligopeptides, or maybe even polypeptides, depending on who you ask. On our last program, we talked about a really cool peptide, oxytocin, which was the first peptide that was synthesized for medicinal purposes. You can still, if pregnant women will tell you that they had an oxytocin drip, oxytocin injected right into their blood to induce labor contractions. Oxytocin is the love molecule, the cuddle molecule, the trust molecule, the bonding and social connection molecule. It's involved in all of these wonderful feel-good kinds of effects that we have in terms of social bonding. It's a social bonding neuropeptide. Oxytocin is a nonapeptide. It's made up of 9 amino acids. One of the most important facets of peptide hormone interactions involves the bonding interaction, the connection between a peptide hormone and what is called a receptor, this little opening that sits on top of a cell. Yesterday, we talked about how it's like a lock and a key, where the lock is the receptor and the key is the oxytocin or the peptide hormone. It sits into the lock, it turns the lock, and a chemical reaction is initiated inside a cell. Peptide hormones sit inside a receptor like a key sits inside of a lock, and this can turn on chemical reactions inside of a cell. Now, this receptor, or this opening, or this lock, or this socket that sits on the outside part of a cell, sits on the membrane, and because the membrane is largely composed of cholesterol, cholesterol plays a really important role in supporting the reactivity and the effectiveness of peptide hormones. Cholesterol, yes, our old friend, demonized and vilified as it may be, can help improve the effects of peptide hormones. Cholesterol can help improve the relaxation effects of oxytocin. Cholesterol can help improve the lovey-dovey effects of oxytocin. Eating cholesterol, or you could even use cholesterol-raising supplements, which you can find on the internet. All of these can help support the relaxation and the lovey-dovey ecstasy, social bonding effects of oxytocin. Yesterday, we talked about the relationship between low cholesterol and social anxiety disorders and autism. This is a recent development in the science of autism, and it's something everyone needs to be thinking about, even if they're not dealing with an autistic disorder. Cholesterol is needed to activate brain proteins that are involved in mood control and anger management and brain brain development. According to Dr. William Shaw, a clinical chemist and toxicologist from Kansas City and the author of several books on autism, including one really cool book called Biological Treatments for Autism and PDD, which stands for Pervasive Development Disorder. Another book he wrote called Autism Beyond the Basics. Dr. Shaw says even non-autistic patients with cholesterol deficiency are more prone to anger problems, aggressive behavior problems, attention deficit disorder problems, immune issues, movement disorders. This is all stuff that you could improve by eating cholesterol. Go tell that to your cardiologist and see what happens. As far as our love and bonding molecule goes, cholesterol is essential for the binding of oxytocin to cell receptors, and I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We will be back right after this. Don't go away.
Did you know every woman will layer on 14 pounds of toxins in use of cosmetics alone? Unfortunately, top brands women rely on to look their best may be hiding harsh chemicals that have been linked to cancer, organ failure, and birth defects. Longevity Minerals, an all-natural beauty line that heals your skin from the inside out. Try it today at www.morethanhighheels.com. That's www.morethanhighheels.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Mike Stenerson for Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, and in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals you'll need in an emergency. So the Freeze Dry Guys 3 square meal unit sale is just the ticket. A variety pack of tasty, nourishing breakfast, lunch, and dinner on sale now. Breakfast is Freeze Dry Guys' favorite. Hot oatmeal and sweet dehydrated bananas. Lunch is Mountain House freeze-dried hot macaroni and cheese and crisp green beans. And dinner is Mountain House long grain wild rice pilaf and hearty beef stew, vegetables, and gravy. Call Freeze Dry Guy and ask for details on the 126 serving 3 square meals unit. One case normally $164.37. Sale price at only $138.90. Save over $25. Get 2 or 3 cases and save even more. Or ask about Freeze Dry Guys Fall Chili Special. Always free shipping to lower 48 states. Call 866-404-3663 or click freezedryguy.com. And hurry, the Fall Chili Special and 3 square meals unit are on sale while supplies last. From the Freeze Dry Guy, the finest freeze-dried and dehydrated foods available for long-term storage, period.
UnseenNow.com, proud sponsor of GCN. Unseen Now's unparalleled encryption tools keep your communications secure. GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. Thank you for being here, friends. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. You'll find a shopping cart up there with all the longevity products. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team if you want to purchase any of the products that you hear us talk about on the program. They're at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. And make sure you check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly. I've got a post on iodine that I did today. Hopefully that'll be up today. I'm going to be on Alex's show